Borland Delphi vs Visual Basic. Rate this. In the world of software development, programming languages and development environments have long played a critical role in shaping the capabilities and productivity of developers. Two notable environments that gained significant popularity in the 1990s and early 2000s are Microsoft's Visual Basic, VB, and Borland Delphi. While both have seen a decline in widespread usage with the advent of newer technologies, they continue to hold relevance, particularly in the maintenance of legacy systems and in educational contexts. This analysis explores and compares Visual Basic, VB, and Borland Delphi, delving into their histories, development paradigms, syntax, usability, performance, community support, and overall impact on software development. The comparison uses British English and adopts a structured approach to highlight the strengths and weaknesses of each platform. Historical background. Visual Basic, VB. Visual Basic, VB, was introduced by Microsoft in 1991 as a response to the growing demand for a graphical programming environment that was both powerful and user-friendly. It evolved from BASIC, a language known for its simplicity and accessibility. VB enabled rapid application development, RAD, by allowing developers to design user interfaces using a drag-and-drop form builder, significantly reducing the time needed to build Windows applications. This innovation replaced the previously laborious process of manually coding user interface elements, thereby revolutionizing Windows application development. VB's popularity surged with the release of version 3.0, which introduced robust database capabilities through Data Access Objects, DAO. Version 4.0 added support for 32-bit Windows, aligning with Windows 95's release. VB 5.0 introduced native code compilation, further enhancing performance, and version 6.0, released in 1998, became the most widely adopted version, considered a pinnacle in VB's evolution. With the advent of the .NET framework, Microsoft transitioned to VBNet. This shift marked a significant departure from the classic VB model, as VBNet was a fully object-oriented language integrated into the .NET ecosystem. While it brought modern features such as inheritance and polymorphism, it also alienated some long-time VB6 users due to its syntactic and structural changes. Borland Delphi. Borland Delphi emerged in 1995 as a continuation of Borland's successful Turbo Pascal line. Designed by Anders Hejlsberg, who would later contribute to the development of C# at Microsoft, Delphi aimed to merge the high-performance compiled capabilities of Pascal with the ease of use provided by a graphical IDE. Delphi introduced the Visual Component Library, VCL, a framework that allowed developers to build complex user interfaces with minimal code. The VCL was a notable leap forward in integrating visual design with powerful underlying object-oriented logic, providing a more cohesive and scalable RAD experience than VB. Delphi's design philosophy emphasized both performance and RAD, positioning it as a formidable alternative to VB for professional developers. The Object Pascal language provided robust features, including strong typing, class-based inheritance, exception handling, and interfaces, giving Delphi an edge in enterprise and systems-level development. Over time, Delphi evolved to support multiple platforms, particularly under the stewardship of Embarcadero Technologies, who continue to develop and modernize the environment. Language and syntax. Visual Basic, VB. VB's syntax prioritized readability and simplicity. It utilized plain English expressions, which made it approachable for novices. Common operations such as variable declarations, loops, and conditionals were straightforward. Dim total as integer. For I equals 1 to 10. Total equals total plus I. Next I. This simplicity facilitated rapid development, particularly for line of business applications. However, the language was not strict in enforcing data types or structural programming practices, which sometimes led to difficulties in maintaining large code bases. VB's dynamic typing and leniency with structure made debugging and long-term maintenance more complex, especially in collaborative environments. Borland Delphi. Delphi used Object Pascal, which maintained Pascal's structured syntax while incorporating object-oriented features. Delphi code, though more verbose, enforced stronger programming discipline. Va. Total, I, integer. Begin. Total equals 0. For I equals 1 to 10 do. Total equals total plus I. End. Delphi's syntax encouraged good coding practices and offered enhanced capabilities for developers needing more control and flexibility. Strong type checking and advanced features such as method overloading, custom records, and enumerated types made it well suited for complex applications. This level of structure fostered code that was more readable, maintainable, and scalable. Development environment and tools. Visual Basic, VB. The VB-IDE featured a user-friendly interface with a toolbox for UI components, a form designer, and an integrated code editor. Its event-driven model allowed developers to bind code to UI actions effortless. While ideal for simple applications, VB lacked features such as class inheritance, making it unsuitable for some advanced programming scenarios. Debugging tools were functional but basic compared to modern standards. The IDE's limited project management and multi-threading capabilities further restricted its use for large-scale applications. Nevertheless, VB's ease of use in building database applications and automation scripts made it highly accessible, particularly for non-professional developers. Borland Delphi. Delphi's IDE was rich in features, including a powerful debugger, form designer, code editor, and integrated documentation. It allowed for rapid development while providing tools for refactoring, project management, and advanced debugging. The VCL made component-based development more powerful, and Delphi's compiler produced fast, native executables. Delphi supported modular programming with packages, integration of third-party libraries, and custom component development. These features enabled Delphi to scale from simple utilities to enterprise-grade systems. Its IDE facilitated collaborative development through versioning tools and project structure management. Performance. Delphi consistently delivered better performance than VB due to its compilation to native code. Applications built with Delphi typically ran faster and used fewer system resources, making it suitable for performance-critical applications in engineering, science, and industry. Advertisement. Privacy settings. VB6 introduced native compilation but still relied heavily on runtime libraries and P-code interpretation. Consequently, VB applications often exhibited slower performance and higher resource consumption, especially under heavy workloads. Object-oriented programming, OOP. Visual Basic, VB. VB6 provided only rudimentary OOP support. While developers could create classes and instantiate objects, fundamental OOP principles such as inheritance and polymorphism were absent. This limited VB's applicability for large or modular systems. VBNet introduced full OOP capabilities, aligning VB with modern programming practices. However, the transition to VBNet represented a significant learning curve for existing VB6 developers. Borland Delphi. Delphi implemented comprehensive OOP support from its inception. It offered features such as class inheritance, interfaces, method overriding, and polymorphism. This made Delphi well suited for structured, modular, and reusable code essential in enterprise development. Delphi also supported advanced programming paradigms and architectural patterns, which contributed to its robustness and adaptability in complex software systems. Database integration. Visual Basic, VB. VB was widely used for database applications. Through technologies such as DAO, RDO, and ADO, it provided connectivity to various databases including Microsoft Access and SQL Server. Data-bound controls simplified development but often led to tightly coupled code. Advanced database functionality like transactions and abstraction layers typically required additional libraries or custom solutions, making large-scale database development more challenging. Borland Delphi. Delphi offered superior database integration. It initially used the Borland Database Engine, BDE, and later moved to DB Express and FireDAC, offering high performance and multi-database support. Delphi enabled clean separation between data access and UI logic through data modules and components like T-dataset. Its robust support for transactions, stored procedures, and cross-platform database development made Delphi a preferred choice for enterprise solutions. Extensibility and third-party components. Visual Basic, VB. VB supported extensibility via ActiveX controls, which expanded its capabilities significantly. However, these components often introduced compatibility issues, version conflicts, and performance bottlenecks. Creating custom controls in VB was cumbersome, and the fragmented ecosystem led to inconsistent application behavior across projects. Borland Delphi. Delphi's VCL was modular and extensible by design. Developers could easily create, share, and reuse custom components. The Delphi ecosystem boasted a rich variety of third-party libraries for UI, networking, database access, and more. Delphi's package system facilitated version control and component management, promoting consistency and maintainability in large projects. Community and support. Visual Basic, VB. VB enjoyed widespread popularity, supported by a wealth of community and official resources. Books, tutorials, and forums proliferated in its heyday. However, the abrupt shift to VBNet and Microsoft's discontinuation of VB6 caused many users to migrate to alternative platforms. VBNet still maintains a user base and receives updates, but its role within the .NET ecosystem has diminished in favor of C#, leading to slower evolution and reduced visibility. Borland Delphi. Delphi's community, though smaller, has remained passionate and active. Online forums, user groups, and annual conferences support ongoing learning and collaboration. Embarcadero's active development and support have helped sustain the tool. Free and commercial versions of Delphi have enabled access for hobbyists and professionals alike, reinforcing its continued relevance. Cross-platform development. Visual Basic, VB. VB6 was limited to Windows. VBNet introduced potential for cross-platform development through .NET Core and later .NET 5/6. However, the tooling and community support for cross-platform VBNet remain underdeveloped compared to C#. Borland Delphi. Delphi introduced cross-platform capabilities through the FireMonkey (FMX) framework. Developers can deploy applications to Windows, Mac OS, Linux, iOS, and Android from a shared codebase. While FMX may not match the power of native SDKs, it provides a flexible and efficient cross-platform solution for many use cases. Learning curve and educational use. Visual Basic, VB. VB's intuitive interface and plain English syntax made it a common choice for introductory programming courses. Students could build simple applications quickly, enhancing engagement. However, its permissive structure sometimes fostered bad habits, such as lack of type discipline and procedural overuse, which had to be corrected when transitioning to more structured languages. Borland Delphi. Delphi posed a steeper learning curve but provided comprehensive exposure to structured and object-oriented programming. It was commonly used in technical education, particularly in institutions focusing on software engineering and systems development. Delphi's emphasis on clean design, type safety, and code organization made it an excellent pedagogical tool for aspiring professional developers. Legacy and modern usage. Visual Basic, VB. Many VB6 applications continue to run in sectors such as finance, government, and healthcare. These systems are often deeply embedded, and migrating away from them is risky and costly. Microsoft provides limited runtime support, but long-term viability is uncertain. VBNet remains in use, particularly for maintaining internal business tools, though its adoption for new projects is rare. Borland Delphi. Delphi retains a foothold in industries requiring high performance, longevity, and cross-platform capabilities. Sectors such as aerospace, manufacturing, and automation continue to rely on Delphi for mission-critical applications. Embarcadero's continued investment ensures Delphi remains modern, supporting current hardware, operating systems, and development paradigms. Comparative summary. Feature Visual Basic, VB, Borland Delphi. Syntax simple, plain English structured, Pascal-based. OOP support limited in VB6, full in VBNet, full from inception. IDE user-friendly, limited features, feature-rich, scalable. Performance slower, interpreted or P-code faster, compiled native code. Database integration basic, ADO/DAO advanced, Fire DAC/DB Express. Extensibility ActiveX, limited custom controls VCL, robust component system. Cross-platform limited in VBNet FMX for multi-platform support. Community large but fragmented, smaller but consistent. Educational use beginner-friendly, professional-oriented. Conclusion. Visual Basic and Borland Delphi both played pivotal roles in the evolution of software development during the 1990s and early 2000s. VB championed accessibility and rapid development, making programming approachable for beginners and business users. Delphi offered a powerful alternative, blending RAD with the performance and structure of a compiled, object-oriented language. While their popularity has waned in the face of newer technologies, their legacy remains. Delphi's continued evolution and support ensure it retains a place in modern development, whereas VB, particularly VBNet, still holds relevance within certain Microsoft-centric environments. Ultimately, the choice between VB and Delphi reflects a broader decision in software development, balancing ease of use with programming power. Delphi remains a preferred option for performance-critical, large-scale, or cross-platform projects, while VB continues to support legacy systems and internal business applications. Their respective histories underscore the enduring importance of aligning tools with the needs and goals of the developer and organization alike.